Halter tops, Green Day, and film grain are cool again. And as I watch my oldest don flannel and Converse, I've found myself daydreaming about my 90s childhood. That's why I chose a Southern caramel cake for this week's confection. Hi, I'm Erin, and this is the Dolce Vita. This Southern caramel cake takes me back to the dinner parties my step-grandmother used to throw when I was about the same age as my kids are now. Grandma Pat loved to cook. She'd spend days whipping up food and herself to serve her guests an elaborate multi-course meal in the home she shared with my grandfather. In return, a lot was expected of her guests. Proper manners and deference mostly. And if you disappointed her, well, best of luck to you. Entering that dining room always felt a little dangerous to us kids, but generally speaking, her desserts were worth the anxiety. So, to get started, heat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and grease 2 9-inch cake pans. Cream the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. I don't know about you, but this is my favorite part of baking. The creamed butter and sugar. My kids hold themselves back here, but we usually all start taste testing this early, just in case. Then add the eggs one at a time, ideally into the bowl. Sabine is still perfecting the perfect crack, but baking builds resiliency. You clean up and you move on, even when it's an egg. Add about a third of the flour mixture, then half the buttermilk. Repeat this until it's all mixed in, finishing with the flour. Add the vanilla, mix, but don't overdo it. Why, you ask? I'm not sure. It's just what the recipe said. If you know why, please feel free to educate me in the comments. Divide the batter evenly between the pans and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Ours took exactly 25 minutes. While the cakes bake, let's talk about the icing, the part that blew my mind as a kid. When warm, it's liquid and easy to work with. But as it cools, it transforms, hardening into a fudge-like consistency with a satisfying outer crust. First, melt the butter in a medium saucepan over low heat. Add the brown sugar and whisk to combine. Bring the mixture to a gentle boil over medium heat, letting it bubble for 5 minutes while whisking constantly. There's no rushing it, or you'll burn it and have to start over. This step takes patience and attention to detail, two of my weakest virtues, and, in my opinion, the shadow side to baking a great tasting cake. But there are shadow sides to everything worth doing, and everyone worth knowing. The 19th century writer Henry James called this the weakness of strength. The very thing you love and admire about a person has a shadow side that will test you and drive you nuts if you allow it. My Grandma Pat was an excellent example of this. She inspired and terrified me as a kid. She was an accomplished musician, the organist and choral director at our church. With her passion, she instilled a love of music into generations of young people. And she always spoke her mind, whether she was speaking to women or men, or an unlucky child in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was a complicated person. Aren't we all? But just like this frosting, we're worth the effort. Now, carefully add the buttermilk. It will bubble up, so be ready. Stir constantly until the mixture comes to a full boil. Remove it from the heat, add the salt, and transfer it to a stand mixer with a whisk attachment. With the mixer on low, gradually add sifted confectioner's sugar until smooth. Then, the vanilla. The icing should be glossy and pourable. While it's still warm, spread about a cup of icing over the first cake layer. Then, top with the second. Cover the top and sides with the rest. It will set as it cools. Serve immediately. The first bite transported me right back to my grandparents' dining room. The cake and icing complement each other in every way. The icing has a gentle crunch to it, while the cake is tender and moist. The icing's sweetness is balanced by the cake's more mild caramel flavor. I would make this cake again and again and again. My oldest daughter loved it. My youngest, not so much. She gave it a thumbs up here, but she was more direct when the camera switched off. She's not a big caramel fan, and since caramel is the defining flavor here, this wasn't the cake for her. But not everything is for everyone, even when significant effort is put in. And that's just fine. The recipe and the ingredient list is in the description. Please let me know if you made this cake and if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching the Dolce Vita. Next time, we'll be tackling my birthday cake, a salted chocolate ganache cake. Do not miss it.